So we're here with Not a Hero. We'll be doing a professional run.
What's up, YouTube land? Hopefully you're having a good day. Trev's about to bring you some some quinoa. F and company.
Is it ready?
I'm a little worried.
Can we begin?
This DLC is mostly about Lucas and Chris, basically exclusively.
I can't help it, man. We've got work to do.
So one of the interesting things about Resident Evil Village, which, like I said, I like Biohazard, but I love Village, is I guess it's going to be a self-contained game because apparently, at least from what I've heard, there's like no plans on any DLC, which like just blows me away.
I guess they just want to invest all their dev time in making out an entirely new game.
Yeah.
Just so we don't have to wait 4 years.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I really like the DLCs in this game. Even End of Zodi is like, it's definitely way worse than this DLC, but it's still like interesting and very different than any of the other game modes. And we'll be doing that next time. But this mode, in professional mode, you only have a knife for a good while. You do pick up a lot of grenades, and they are quite helpful in this. There's just regular grenades, there's neuro grenades that basically act as like a ice stun, and then incendiary grenades, which aren't very good for normal molded, except for like the little tiny ones that we'll see eventually. But I'm going to be saving all the fire grenades for the very end of the game because they're very good against a very final boss. So in this mode, you do most of your damage by parrying and punching them.
Chris rules.
On pro mode,
What the heck?
that was awesome. So there is a bonus weapon. So professional mode is not unlocked by default. You have to do a normal run, and once you finish normal mode, it will unlock an item called Easy Deflect, which increases the parry window a good bit. And I would say that the parry timing on pro mode is like 0.2 of a second. It's very strict. But with the Easy Deflect, it's probably more like half second, maybe even a full second. So it's a lot easier, but it makes this mode a lot more fun. Plus, like, to get professional mode, you have to have Easy Deflect in your item box, because you can't play it without it.
Do you know what,
So Lucas is awesome. He just strapped a grenade, like time grenade, onto Chris's wrist, so he's on a timer right now.
Adios.
Muchachos.
Do you know what his voice really reminds me of? This is a epic reference. Root Trick from Brave Fencer Musashi, aka y'all gonna get a licking.
Yeah, but
Your mask will switch automatically to rebreather mode. Keep an eye on your oxygen tank to be safe.
Boom! Get out of here.
yeah, and even though I have the knife like out, it's really just for. Did I forget something? Yeah. It's really just for opening crates. It's basically useless against the molded.
The heck's that?
So that's a white, I think they're called like steamer molded or something, I forget. But they are completely impervious to all damage. Until you get a certain bullet for your handgun later on. And you need to... Okay, whatever.
So, this is, I guess, not really related, but I found it funny. So I was watching Cinemassacre's Monster Madness, which I've never watched before. I like the ones where it's like going through all the Dracula movies, like something I'll never watch. I'll never watch a 1950s Dracula movie in my life, but it's funny to get it summed down to 3 minutes, right? And the funny thing about those is it reminds me a lot of video games in a weird way, because they'll like have the first one and they'll be like, oh man, you can only kill Dracula by getting him out in sunlight. And then the second one, they're like, also you can put a stake through his heart. And then like every single one or every couple, they would like add something to it. Did you know that according to those old movies, running water kills vampires?
I definitely heard like water does.
Just literally a shower. Like, put them in a shower and it'll literally kill them. And then like it gets to the point where it's like, then you see like something like Castlevania on Netflix, and like yes, vampires are like killed and stuff, but they're like super strong, you know. So it's funny to me being like, oh yeah, running water kills them, so just push them into like a stream and it'll be fine.
Yeah, that is so ridiculous. It's like they probably die to rain as well. Can't go out when it's raining.
Yeah,
maybe if it's too like muggy outside.
Literally running water. That was absolutely one. And they added. There was a last one they added. I'm gonna.
We gotta save that guy.
Save him.
There's 3 of our men that we lost. We gotta save them.
But yeah, that I found that to be, and like it kind of reminds me of like games like the Resident Evil series where it's like, oh man, like the T virus is like, oh man, this thing it makes like zombies and stuff, and then the G virus is like, oh, so this guy like injected it straight into his like body and it made him really bad, and like it just keeps going and going. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and for the most part, it's like as the viruses get more and more ridiculous, it just so happens like the protagonist usually just stumbles across the vaccine because like they go to the lab and it's just like, here's the perfect counter for this ridiculous virus.
Oh,
how convenient.
Yeah.
All right, so in this middle room, in the middle is a new type of molded called the Mama Molded, and she is quite big, and just like the other white steamer molded, she is impervious to all damage. So in this room, we need to get 2 pieces of a crank, the gear and then the actual shaft part. But while this is happening, regular molded are slowly spawning, and we really want to get them out of the way because they can really screw us over if we're just not paying attention to them, especially once we go in the middle.
Can I be the first to say, hey, molded, yum. I know everyone was thinking it, so I just needed to say it for the class.
Alright, where the heck are they?
Weird.
Sometimes they do step on... There's a trap in the middle, and they step on it sometimes, but... gonna give this an extra 15 seconds and probably just go... I don't know. The more I play this game... Okay, one definitely just exploded, so I'm just gonna go. I just heard that. Oh, crap. Okay, it's fine.
Please tell me what it looks like.
We're fine.
I have no idea. It's something new. Exercise extreme caution.
Alright, so the Mama Molded, we can parry her charge attack. What? What? Oh, okay. I thought we did a glitch. For reasons unknown. This is definitely our first run that we did, and I didn't give up.
Never.
I thought the game glitched because I reset. Epic.
What the beep?
Okay. That's cool. Love how this room is just being extremely, extremely rough to me. Alright, so it's stunned. I don't know why it did that attack after I used the neuro grenade, because it should be completely...
I think it was the other molded, like attack through it almost?
Maybe, but the thing is... Okay, I'm glad I did that. Alright, we're good. We just have to run away.
We got this.
Don't want to run over that just in case. Yeah, the reason why I think the Mama Molded hurt me is that I went from fine to danger immediately, and only the White Molded can do that, because Chris, even without any steroids, has a lot of health. Way more than Ethan, which obviously makes sense. He's a Chad.
He is the Chad of the RE series. Except for in 6.
I do like how this game obviously tries to take it a little bit more seriously, but it is funny that he is a parry move that one-shots basically everything. They just couldn't help themselves, and I'm fine with it. It makes this more fun.
Everything's all right now. It's just what he wants you to think. I'm just a bait, and you fell for it.
What? Boom!
Oh, shit. Take the filter. I'm a mask. Hurry, or you'll die. You did either way.
Man. Kino moment.
Right, Chris. Just want you to learn.
Oh, God! Okay, Jigsaw.
Literally. We cannot do anything about this.
Now, come on, Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas officially has crossed the line, even though he was scum before he's turbo scum now.
I like how he was at zero oxygen and he was still like, sorry, man.
Lucas.
Chris doesn't need to breathe. Alright, so a lot of these, so this game is kind of set up with these colored, like, shaft doors. The first one we want to go through is through this red door, and that gets us the like the air filtration system, so we can go through the next area. So there's a lot of molded that spawn in this middle room. I think there's like 4 like bipedal ones. We do not want to kill them, so we just want to. They despawn as long as we step into one of these shafts. So I've been manipulating that a couple times now. But if we kill all the molded in there, it will spawn a couple crawler molded, and we do not want that. Crawler molded, you can parry and then stomp them as like a command, but it is very hard, and usually there's like 2 of them at a time. It's not worth doing. Also, Chris...
Yes!
Ethan does not do that. Chris also moves a lot faster, which is pretty nice. So we got the high-grade filter. It's the only way through this area. Even if you sprint, if you know exactly what you're doing, you just cannot make it. So the white molded are pretty slow in terms of attacking, and it looks like you can run around them. And honestly, sometimes you can, but the deceiving part is that the white molded do take a bunch of like really large steps, and they target where you are, like around them, like a circumference around them. And if you run around them and you're not like really far away, they will hit you, and it will take you immediately to danger. And I think if you have like less than like 80% HP, you just die.
Wow.
And that does,
Those ramrods should allow you to take down...
honestly, between pro mode and standard mode, they don't affect like damage output like all that much. It seems like molded do a little bit more damage, but it's mostly just your weaponry is a lot lessened. I don't think there's like any damage mitigation like on Madhouse where you do less damage, but I might be wrong about that. It's been a while. There's like a, if you want to look it up, just like look up like Resident Evil 7 damage types, and there's like a Steam post about it. And it goes into excruciating detail about how this game works.
That makes sense, though. You know, someone figured that out. Also, ramrods is an actual word.
Yeah. Yeah, ramrods are the bullets we need to actually attack the white molded. However, the ramrods are also the best weapon to use against the final boss, and we want to save every single one possible.
What are these?
So these are little jumpy guys. They're quite annoying. You can parry them, which is awesome, because I don't want to spend anything on these guys.
Oh, they're very slow when they jump.
Yeah. There's an invisible door right there. I'm honestly surprised with how weird the spawning mechanics works. I'm surprised that immediately when you enter this door, they don't just despawn.
Just despawn, yeah.
Alright, there's one more here. We can kind of like charge it and just knife it, but it's honestly safer with this.
Yeah.
I would say if you're not using the easy deflect bonus item, then not to bother. Alright, so Lucas set up some turrets right around the corner. It's pretty devious, and there's a white motor right here. But we really want to crouch and go around these, because they can shred us very fast. So you want to deflect the white molded to stun him, and there's a fat molded right here. We're going to deflect him. But we gotta hurry because he will start charging us again. But there's 2 items to pick up. Alright, so there's 2 crawler molded that spawn immediately to the right after this door, and we want to throw a grenade immediately. Alright, it's worth it. That damage is totally worth getting those 2 crawler molded out of the way. They are still my least favorite enemy in this game. And Lucas just activated these turrets, so that's a beginner's trap. They will shred you.
This part really reminds me of Last of Us in terms of, like, the spores or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of air pollution, and actually the final boss has a mechanic where even with our high-grade filter, there's so much pollution in the air that it doesn't matter.
Wow.
We still need to... There's, like, oxygen tanks, but we'll get to the final boss. If I do it right, we don't have to worry about it, but with my luck and the dog, it probably won't happen.
Nah, the dog's being nice to us.
Oh, by the way, in that mine shaft area I was just in, there's a alternative route that you can do that you don't have to destroy those turrets, the grenade that I used for it. It's very long and very dangerous with a bunch of molded there, but if you go that route, you get 3 antique coins early, which gives you just enough to get the... there's a bunch of sights for the shotgun once we eventually get it, and you can get that sight early, and it actually affects the damage output. They don't explain this in the game. I only knew this from the Steam forum thing. But the... Okay, we finally got our knife. But I'm not going to be using it a whole ton. We do need it in this area, though.
What?
Yeah, so there's a headless fat molded that basically kamikaze you. They just run at you and explode. But if we deflect them, it doesn't do any damage.
Also, what's on these,
It's all different stuff. I think each card is, like, different. That was just, like, a bunch of, like, gross flesh. Other ones have, like, things that were in Lucas's, like, happy birthday puzzle.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
I don't know why Chris is struggling so much with this. I guess he is pushing 50. He's an old man. He's tired of this.
Wait.
I love Chris's characterization in this. He's, like, just so over everything. He's just like, come on.
I'm too old for this.
Literally.
Wait, so, question about the mold... Whoa.
Okay.
Wow. Question about the molded. Okay, so, they're all...
Alright, so there's real quick, there's a trip mine right there. We do not want to set this up. I love these next 2 rooms. So there's a bunch of trip mines, and your gut reaction might be to just shoot them all with the handgun we just got. But they're going to be very useful for the enemies that spawn in this area, and I just love how this room is designed. It is so cool to me. Oh, yeah. That's fine. Do not break that crate. I do not like that part of that room. You have no idea that it's booby-trapped. So there's a 4-legged molded. We're going to deflect him right as we jump towards the trip mine, and he gets killed. And over here, if you walk a little bit forward, there's 2 more that spawn. And they're just going to kill themselves on the trip mines. Cool? And then at the very end of this room, there's a white molded that spawns. And there's 3 trip mines. It doesn't do any damage to him, but it does knock him to the ground and stun him. We're just going to be patient and wait for him to trip all 3 of them.
So, alright, so the molded were controlled by the little girl, right?
Yeah, who knows what's going on with the molded anymore. I have no answers. So there's another crawler molded. We did not do that 1 trip mine, and it will die.
Nice. But yeah, that's what was implied, right? That, like, she created the molded, like, that it's, I don't know, that she controls them. So my question is...
Yeah, I don't know how much the faceless or, you know, just humanless molded, like, how much consciousness they have or how much control Evelyn has over them. It's hard to say.
Yeah. Well, I guess my major question is, do they go after the Baker family, the molded? And if they don't, why don't they go after Ethan? Because... Or why do they go after Ethan?
Yeah, you're asking questions that make no sense in terms of making a video game. Although, it would be kind of cool if you saw, like, Jack... Oh god, okay.
Dude, if there was a scene where Jack, like, you know, like...
Right here, if we push X, it is a beginner's trap. You will die.
What?
I don't like that.
You just die?
Like, you help him, but you, like, explode the entire room.
Are you freaking...
So you have to go over here first, and
No. But yeah, that would be an awesome scene if you were just, like, walking along, and you, like, turn a corner, and then, Jack is just, like, destroying a molded.
yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be
actually.
awesome.
Alright, so we just got the shotgun.
I'm sorry for asking questions about Resident Evil story. I want it to make sense.
Yeah, it's just, there's no...
I want it to be good.
Hey.
I think Resident Evil is one of those series that you can enjoy it for its key elements, and the broader plot, at least in the early games,
Thanks.
not so much 5 and 6.
Beginning to think we've been left behind.
But when you think of, like, the intricate details, and especially, like, I don't know, you play Resident Evil 0, and it's like a prequel to the entire series, and it just feels like fan fiction. You're just like, I can't take this seriously.
Yeah.
A guy singing to leeches, I'm supposed to take this seriously.
Luke is a fucking psycho. I'll show him before it's him.
How many seconds until he explodes?
Take a wild guess.
We gotta get out of here.
3. Hey.
We're gonna save this guy, dude.
Alright,
We can get out. Up through there. Oh, fuck. You gotta be kidding me.
I would say that was 8 seconds.
Get the thing off me!
boom. Good lord.
I don't know about you.
I can't climb this if you're wondering why I'm just standing here.
Playing games.
3 men, Lucas.
So I have 2 ideas for Resident Evil Village DLCs that would be pretty fun.
And it ends now.
Oh, all the Chris exploits. That's such an easy idea.
Yeah, oh yeah, that absolutely that. I also think that playing as like an unnamed villager, like maybe one of the men, so you could have like a little bit of like strength or whatever, or a little bit of
Whoa there.
Okay, so I know I said that I did say that incorrectly. I mean, you could even make it like a clock tower kind of thing.
I mean, even Resident Evil 1 literally did that, where Jill has less health
It
than
has less
Chris.
health. But yeah, like as the village is first like taken over and stuff.
Hello? What is this game doing to me? Please don't be...
That would be pretty cool. And then maybe it ends. Do you know where you meet all the villagers in that one lady's house? Maybe it ends there. You could be one of those guys that's.
What is going on? Attack me.
You could be one of those guys that's in that room that burns down. That'd be pretty cool. And they would absolutely have to do something with Lady D. Like, just something.
Chris, good news.
Yeah, I really think that Capcom had no idea that she was going to be that popular. Although I think she got popular for, maybe not for the game's sake.
I mean, Capcom knew what they were doing when they designed her, so...
Yeah, there had to be someone. There had to be someone somewhere that was just like, we're designing this 9-foot-tall woman with a gigantic ass and, like, massive boobs. I wonder what's going to happen.
No, they knew.
So next room,
It's
where the
literally
mama
Japan.
we're going back to the mama molded room. There's 2 crawler molded in the room, but if we take the outside lane, and there's also a white molded. Now this is free enough for us just to avoid it. But if you saw the back, if there was like a 180 camera, I bet that was like a pretty close dodge. It's pretty you don't realize what's going on until it's too late.
Is there literally only 6 minutes left in this DLC?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, there's I mean, this DLC is less than an hour long, but this is just one part. Alright, but yeah, if we just quickly open the door, I don't want to forget the antique coin because I did that one time. Alright, there's one white molded, definitely just want to stun him. Alright, so we're going to do our first forced encounter. It is against the Mama Molded, and yeah, Mama Molded on professional, even standard mode, have a ridiculous amount of HP. Also, do you notice that, like, or not a hero, you use the iron sights on your guns, which the normal game doesn't do at all? I gotta say, I don't like it.
Wait, what do you do?
Like, when you aim, you use the iron
Oh, wow.
sights.
It's like COD, literally.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's really, like, just, it's not worse, it's just different. I don't like it.
Huh.
Alright, so, shotgun shells? Shotgun shells? Shotgun shells? Nope. Alright, so, once we get close to... Alright, so, I want to equip the ramrods for no reason. Okay, I have 42. Holy crap, that's a lot. Alright. So the Mama Molded will spawn over here. There's a very specific way that you play this. So you do a Ramrod to actually be able to do damage. And she takes a lot of punishment. She takes about 36 shells to the head. So once we stun her, we definitely want to unload the entire clip. Now, this one's free. You just throw another grenade and then she is down again. That's consistent. Now for the next phase, she gets some super armor. And what you want to do is throw a neuro round at her and then just keep chucking grenades. And unfortunately, I don't like how this works. Sometimes you throw like one and she's down. Okay, happened that time. I did a run today. The run I did today, literally she took like 6 grenades in a row. So it is just RNG if that happens or not. Alright, so she took so little grenades that she's still alive a little bit. Okay, so that's fine. Just gonna throw her around. She's probably very close to dead. Just gonna throw some grenades. Okay. Yeah, shotgun shells are more helpful than grenades. Ah, yes.
Ah, yes.
But yeah, even on pro mode, you're only given 8 minutes, and on standard and casual, you're given 10 minutes. But we're done with this part. They give you so much time. But if you don't know how to work that Mama Molded fight, it can be quite frustrating because she has a ridiculous amount of HP.
Probably doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Look at his hand.
Just hold it.
Look at that baby throw. I could throw farther than
Yeah,
Chris.
seriously.
You alright, Chris?
Yeah,
No.
I'm fine.
Oh, by the way, do you know who's talking to Chris right now?
Alright, 2 out of 7. Good.
It's you and me.
It's, so... Chris works for the BSAA, and then the BSAA has this partnership with this new PMC that literally is called Umbrella.
Get in there to check it out.
The operator does explain this at the very beginning when we're going down the mine shaft, or the second mine shaft. But I don't know anything about this like new PMC Umbrella, considering they don't reference them at all in 8. Maybe they'll be brought up again in 9. Who knows?
Wait, so there's like good guys called Umbrella now?
Yeah.
That's okay. So first
It's
of
like,
all,
why would you not retire the name? It's
First
just,
of all,
it's pure fan service.
what I was referencing is he's actually talking to Hunnigan right now.
Oh yeah.
And that's literally my well, that's cool. That's my fan fiction.
This is called the shield machine. I don't really understand what it's for. I guess that's like the modern way to drill like huge
Good
things. I have no idea. So we picked up a lockpick at the 3rd colored door. There's 3 ramrods in here, which is quite nice.
Dude, it's hard to find a similar real life example of like how like awful it is to like call any other thing Umbrella after like the whole world knows like what Umbrella did,
Yeah,
right?
they-
It'd be like being like
They were so close to ruining the world.
I don't know, like the I guess I can't think of any like businesses, although businesses a lot of them suck, but not to the level of Umbrella. But it's just like we're gonna start a new area of the country. Okay, what are you gonna call it? We're gonna call it the Confederacy. And it's like, ugh, no. You know, like I can't think of like an example as good as like not calling Umbrella, but
I mean,
it's like,
I can think of something, but it's not appropriate to say.
Rip.
Third Elfies. But yeah, it's on that level. I mean, Umbrella is probably considered in the history books in this universe the #1 terrorist group of all time.
Oh, what I mean, all right,
By a huge margin.
Okay, so someone's creating a new political party to run in the U.S. and they call it Al Qaeda. You know, it's like the same level.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, how about you don't call it that? Like, good lord.
All right, so we're in the mine shaft again to get the coins that I skipped originally. So it is a backtrack trip, but there's no molded. Once you activate the shield machine, for whatever reason, all the molded everywhere despawn.
Nice.
So it's a little bit slower to do it this way. It's a lot slower, but it is way safer.
Speedrun.
It's a lot of good items, so it's definitely worth doing. There's nothing over there. Alright, and I think that's the last antique coin. I kind of wasn't paying attention. Okay, I have 10. That's all the antique coins on pro mode.
Do you know what the funny thing is? If you would be like, what is the most awful company, right? And, like, it's pretty easy to just pick, like, the biggest ones. Like, Amazon sucks to its employees and stuff. But there's one that's above everything else in terms of multinational companies. And that's Nestle. Just look up Nestle, like...
Are they that huge?
Humanitarian. Well, yeah, they do a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of food stuff. And they are just awful. Like, every single thing you can imagine, them just being like, yeah, we're just gonna poison a whole bunch of people just for no reason. Or, I'm pretty sure it's Nestle that, like...
now that you say it, I think I watched a video about Nestle or a company like this, like a pharmaceutical or huge food company that was, like, similarly just, like, the worst.
So I'm pretty sure it's Nestle, but I might be wrong here, and I apologize because I'm not going to look it up right now, but, I think it was Nestle literally designed, like, a bunch of the, like... I guess, killing stuff that was, like, dumped on Vietnam during the Vietnam War. Like, a whole bunch of, like chemicals and stuff
napalm?
like that. Yeah, like, specific, like, chemicals that were just used to, like, kill people. It's either Nestle or a similar company. It's a company you would never imagine. Like, another company that everyone hates is Chiquita. Like, Chiquita Banana. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. But I know for 100% that. Just look up Nestle Humanitarian and, like, oh my god, the list is ridiculous. And if you think about it, you're like, they make cookies and stuff, and it's like, yeah.
Dude, every company in the world, like, once they get big enough, they don't care. Like,
Yeah.
morality, if they weren't governed, they would just do whatever they want. And I'm not, like, anti-capitalist guy. I'm sort of anti-corporation guy, but it's a fact of capitalism that you can't do one or the other.
If you look at how it was in the early 1900s, before, I forget the guy's name, before that guy wrote The Jungle. Oh, what's his name? About how bad stuff was in, like, the food service, or, like, the food industry where they were making, like, food. I'm actually going to look that one up.
Yeah, so right now we're stuck in Lucas's trap. There's a bunch of molded that are here. I'm still trying to use as little ammo as possible, because handgun bullets aren't... Oh.
Upton Sinclair in 1906. It was about how, like, awful it was for, like, employees at, like, meat processing plants, anything that made food. You know, that was pretty much, like, people didn't know beforehand unless they were part of it. It'd be like, hey, the employees work 18 hours a day and half of them get cancer or die in a couple years. You know, like, stuff like that. So, it is pretty nice that stuff can be regulated somewhat.